It's the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA. And as things get ready to roll.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Monte and George filling out the perimeter. Young out there with Al Jefferson. And it's Teague in at the point guard position. George, no good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
It's stolen by Jefferson. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Matthews passes to Bogut. And that one is off. Jefferson with some nice D. For three, Ellis. Offensive rebound, Pacers. Indiana on D. Right side, Matthews. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. The Pacers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Darren Williams back in his hometown of Dallas. He grew up about a half hour from the American Airlines Center.
Yeah, the Nets bought him out of that contract, and the Mavericks making up the difference. Having him play alongside Wes Matthews, it's a fresh start for Williams, who's labored under the spotlight and the expectations in work.
Barnes outside, inside. Here's Bogut. Jefferson with some nice D. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Chalk up 2 there.
And, you know, even when Ellis gets hit a little on the drive, he's still able to finish more times than not. He is a guy that never seems to tire out there.
Here's Bogut. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Outside for George. There's the 3. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Dallas ball.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here.
Ready?
Measuring.
Right.
He's checked in for Bogut. Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Anderson, he's checked in for Barnes. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams. 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. Young with the steal. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. Plays it in off the breakaway.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a glimmer?
On the way to slide.
And the Pacers playing in one of the league's smallest markets. They've had some tough attendance numbers over the last 10 years.
And one of the best basketball facilities, I think, in all the NBA. And the city of Indianapolis actually stepped up in 2014. They promised over $160 million to help offset the team's losses over the following decade in exchange for the franchise extending its lease. Long term, hopefully the fan support enables them to stay where they belong in the heart of Indianapolis.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Miles Turner, the 11th overall pick last season out of the University of Texas, only spent 1 season in college. But this guy very well could be a perennial all-star. The Pacers think they've gotten the steal. He was a 19-year-old rookie who showed he already understands how to hold his own at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
He doesn't get the second one. Pacers leading by 4. Here's Young. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Anderson outside. Good, and it's Perea who picks up the assist.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Well, I tell you, that really sets a bad tone, especially this early. I mean, I'd rather see him commit a hard...
One's definitely not enough for Dirk. He's been to the mountaintop and he wants more. Another trip there would be terrific for him. He's been to the finals twice.
Yeah, and you heard it. It was like the whole city was having one big party all summer long because they were there. How could you not want to have that experience once again?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pacers.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
They've got Harrison Barnes. Curry is out there with J.J. Barea. Then it's Quincy Acey. And it's Nowitzki in at the center. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Matthews, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for J.J. Barea. And Williams, here we go. Good defensive work there by Young. Indiana leading. And there's a whistle. That goes on Quincy Acey. That's his first foul. Here's Ellis. Another shot. And another shot.
Their field goal percentage has dropped down below 34% for the game. They've still held on to the lead. They need to find a way to turn that shooting percentage around.
Shot from free throw range. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Young with no one around. Another miss by Young. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Nowitzki. Turner with the steal. And again, Indiana running the floor. Teague with a clean look. And it's in there. Ellis has got his second basket of the game.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Here's Acey. And they pick up 2. 1:30 left in the first half. I read somewhere Jeff Teague said that if he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be a battle rapper.
Well, that's a pretty unique answer. And I know he likes to battle when he's out on the floor. So Teague is also a big sneakerhead, as they're called, has a huge collection of those as well.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Quincy Acey. And a change for the Pacers. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. Sinks the three-pointer.
And George is really comfortable from outside. I mean, he's got a high release point on his shot, which makes it very difficult to block.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, in the era of 3 and D and 4 out and 1 in, some say the post-up is a lost art. That makes Al Jefferson a throwback player. He said it happened right in front of my eyes. When I came into the league, it was still a big man's game. Everything changed around me. I've always been a back-to-the-basket post-move player. I just stuck to what I do best, guys.
Yeah, and I hope he never changes. Thanks, D.A.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Justin Anderson comes in for Harrison Barnes. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor, and Attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
And with Dirk Nowitzki setting screens in the pick and pop and Coach Rick Carlisle's schemes, the Mavericks always have the foundation for a terrific offense.
Stuckey dishes to Young. Back to Stuckey. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And we've reached halftime in this one. Pacers lead by...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by... For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly, they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. And, Shaq, what did you...
Going to say to you.
That'll do it for now.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Mavericks trail by 9. On the court for Indiana. George and Young are the forwards. Teague and Monte are the guard set. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 down low. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Nobody near George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 8 points for Paul George. The Mavericks shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Matthews, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going.
Mavericks trail by 12. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Starting to get restless here. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
In the corner, George with it. He tries for 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Williams kicks to Barnes. Young with the steal. Now the Pacers moving it up. George has got the ball, and the basket is good. Teague's got his first points of the game.
Timely passing.
Here we go. Let's draw it up. Look, I'm fine with our defensive effort, but I know we could be doing so much better on offense.
And defensively, you look around the NBA, there just aren't that many power forwards who can hurt you on the block like in the old days.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Back to Barea from about 19 feet. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And for the Pacers, when they go small, they're able to cover more ground defensively.
Yeah, even when teams post them up, guys, they can harass them by trapping and digging down from the wing. So that activity and length defensively is what they use. Nowadays, it's not just about spreading the floor offensively, but also being able to cover ground defensively. And that quickness of this team serves them well.
And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. Powell kicks to Barea. Dallas moving the ball around. And it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Curry. And there's the pass to Anderson. It's on target from the high post. Anderson's got 5 now.
And look at how quick he was to fight on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. George with the ball. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Williams runs point with Matthews to his side. Bogut out there with Nowitzki, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Mavericks trail by 17. Williams kicks to Matthews. To the inside, Turner with the steal. Knocked away and stolen by Nowitzki. To the paint, here's Matthews. Goes back up, and it's laid in by Bogut.
And nobody puts a body on Bogut, and then he makes them pay the price.
Pacers leading by 15. Jefferson with it, guarded now by Barnes, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the Mavericks last season acquiring Wes Matthews, they thought they'd make a huge free agent coup in acquiring center DeAndre Jordan, but he ended up backing out of his verbal agreement and then staying with the LA Clippers.
Yeah, a real gut punch moment for a franchise that had been trying for years to acquire a star center to pair with Dirk Nowitzki. But they recovered nicely with the signing of Zaza Pachulia, who had a huge season for them.
And that one misses. And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. One of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times.
Barnes against George. Jefferson, a screen on Barnes. George, no good. Mavericks trail by 13. Outside Matthews. It's rebounded by Indiana. 17 points was their biggest margin. Teague, the pass to Jefferson. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one.
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. We've got to improve on our offensive execution, gentlemen. Do not tune this out again.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone. No surprise here, just a big-time performance for George. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers.
Here we go. Let's draw it up. We've got to improve our offensive execution, gentlemen.
He said, yeah, okay.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Allen's checked in for Jefferson. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis.
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. We've had our chances on offense, but we need to start capitalizing on them. Am I starting?
Efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Passes it to Miles. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And in the great free agency shuffle in this past offseason, GA, a lot of teams saw a large amount of changes, Dallas being no exception. The Mavs now have 40% of the starting roster of the Warriors, who won great 73 games a season ago.
Crazy. I mean, Dallas has always been in the business of reloading instead of rebuilding. And probably the best way to reload is to get players from one of the best teams in our league, as they did with Barnes and Bogut. Dallas missed on some other free agent targets, but they did well for themselves this past offseason.
And he sinks the second.
And the Pacers acquiring the Fort Wayne Mad Ants of the developmental league going into last season. Some rumors had it that they try to move the team closer to Indianapolis, but the Pacers said, no, they're committed to keeping them in Fort Wayne, which is really a good basketball city, and it's only about 2 hours from Indianapolis.
For Indiana, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Stuckey against Curry. Good on the shot. And the Mad Ants were the last D-League team that didn't have a one-on-one affiliation with an NBA team.
That's exactly right, and now they belong to the Indiana Pacers. And if you want a D-League team in this day and age, you've got to start your own. It seems like pretty soon every team in the NBA will have their own D-League team to go one-on-one 30 for 30.
Dallas foul ball. J.J. Barea. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Pacers, Joseph Young. At the line for 2.
That's good from Young. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Miles dishes to Young.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something.